Hello everyone, my name is Lidio Valenzuela and I am going to do my second video on a little boy named Sebastian. As for his overview, Sebastian is a 7-year-old boy. He is Hispanic and he lives with his dad and his older sibling, and Sebastian's mom lives in California. As for his physical development, Sebastian weighs around 50 pounds, which is normal in the national average, and his height is, and he is 4 feet tall. As for his physical development, I did observe Sebastian play outside with his friends. So as for his gross development, he showed to be active. He showed to be strong and balanced. He showed to be coordinated. He likes to play soccer, so he's very well coordinated with the ball. And as for his fine motor skills, Sebastian does enjoy drawing and writing. His handwriting is very neat, and his drawings are very detailed and realistic. And he knows how to tie his shoes, and he knows how to play video games. All of these behaviors, being active, alert, and strong, all of these behaviors are pretty much lines up with what our textbook says about children this age, that they like to be active and they like to be more involved in sports. As for the case of Sebastian is this active and he enjoys playing sports. There are no present illnesses or diseases at this time. As for Sebastian's nutrition, he thinks of a nutritional meal as pizza, tacos, and cereal. However, his grandma does make sure that when he's at her house, he's getting his fruits and vegetables. As for cognitive development, according to Piaget, as for cognitive development, he is in the concrete operational stage of his childhood, which means that certain changes happen during this time. Like, for example, they're no longer as egocentric, and Sebastian is not egocentric at all. He's able to understand that other people have feelings. And the reason I know this is because during my observation, his older brother made a joke about somebody else, and Sebastian right away turned around. I'm sorry. Sebastian turned around and said, "Hey, that's mean." And, to me, that showed that Sebastian is no longer egocentric and he's able to understand, somebody else's feelings. As for his school experience, Sebastian excels in math. He loves addition, subtraction. He loves to challenge himself. However, he does struggle in the area of reading. And Dad believes that the pandemic had affected Sebastian academically. As for his language development, Sebastian is able to keep a conversation with an adult. He's able to speak in long sentences. He loves to have a conversation. He loves to have conversations, and I do think of Sebastian as being a big chatterbox. His father is bilingual. However, he doesn't speak to Sebastian as often in Spanish, so Sebastian is a lot more fluent in English only. As for his emotional development, Sebastian is extremely charismatic. He's bold and he's not afraid to make other people laugh. He loves to be the center. He loves being the center of attention. He's super friendly and has a high self-esteem. Sebastian is very self-aware as well, and he thinks of himself as someone who's very friendly, and he likes to take roles of leadership with his peers. He's usually always being the one in control, the one sharing the ideas and executing the plan and things like that. And according to our textbook and what we have learned in this course, at this time in childhood, some of the negative emotions like, anger and things like that are not really present at this time. And it shows in Sebastian, who at his age, he's able to just play and think of everything as fun and games. And I think, for the parenting style, I believe that his dad is a little bit more authoritative. And for his discipline and punishments, like sometimes when Sebastian gets in trouble, his dad's techniques and styles is, he'll set the expectation and then he'll explain the consequences, but he'll also enforce them. So he's also very loving and caring towards Sebastian. So I think this parenting style kind of fits him most. An example of something like the dynamic that they do at home is, like, for example, if Sebastian gets in trouble in school, dad does remove something that Sebastian is fond of. For example, his video games for a couple of days until he learns his lesson, and then he'll return it, and then he'll explain, we're gonna try again. As for his chores, Sebastian is in charge of keeping his room neat and clean. He helps to take out the trash every night. And when he goes to his grandma has him help her clean, and then she'll compensate him with either a few bucks, a few dollars, or a few of his favorite meals. Sebastian does have an older sibling named Fernando. He is 13 years old, which makes him 6 years older than Sebastian. And like typical siblings, they do fight a lot. But Fernando's loves his brother, and he takes care of Sebastian when his dad is not home or when he's at work. As for his friends, Sebastian talked a lot about his friends at school, and he said that he had a lot of friends, but his favorite one was named Alex, and is another little boy in his second grade class who's very friendly, and Sebastian, who's very friendly, and to Sebastian, being a good friend is having someone's back. Those are his words. Overall, and few of the things that stood out is Sebastian is very happy, and he's a very happy and healthy kid. Thank you.